Konnichiwa, minasan, ActOutGames no Putan desu. Welcome back to Easy Anime Japanese Lesson 11. And today we're going to take a break from verbs and we're going to learn the two ways to say only in Japanese. Shika and Dake. In the last lesson where we talked about edu verbs, we did taberu. And we looked at this clip from Death Note, which said Shinigami only eat apples, and we listened for tabenai. So listen to the clip again and listen for tabenai.
知っているか? 死神はリンゴしか食べない.
And that made us think about the Shika and Dake structures, and we thought that would be a really good episode because they're used a whole lot in anime. So let's get started. So the best way to think about these is the English phrases, I have only this, and I have nothing but this. They mean pretty much the same thing, but they have some subtle differences. So in that comparison, I only have this is dake, and dake is used with a positive verb to mean I only have this or I'm only doing this. So let's take some looks at dake in action. So in this episode of Thier and Resonance, 9 is telling Lisa that she has become an accomplice, and 12 is teasing him saying, is that all? Listen for dake.
ただの口封じだ。それだけ?
12 says sore dake, and if you remember from a later lesson, sore means that, and you just learned dake means only, so he's saying only that, or is that all? Listen again for sore dake.
ただの口封じだ。それだけ?
So in another episode of Thier and Resonance, Shibazaki is asking for a cigarette and he is saying he only wants one. Listen for dake.
やめたんじゃなかったのか? 一本、この一本だけ.
In this episode of Bleach, Rukia is telling Ichiko that there is only one way to save his family. Listen for dake.
一つだけある.
So in this last episode from One Piece, Luffy is telling Zoro that he is the only one member on his crew. Listen for omae dake.
海賊王を名乗ろうとするからには相当の人数が集まってるんだろうな。
お前だけだ。
なあ。じゃあ。
So like we discussed in my pronouns video, omae is kind of an informal way to say you. So omae dake means only you. Okay. So now let's talk about shika. And shika is basically the same thing, but it has a little bit more negative. Again, if you think about it as there is nothing but this, and it's also used with negative verbs, which really reinforces this is the way to say that I do nothing but this, or I have nothing but this. As always, it's easier to look at some examples, so let's go back to that clip from Death Note. Kira is telling L that Shinigami eat nothing but apples. Ringo means apples, so listen for Ringo shika tabenai.
知っているか? 死神はリンゴしか食べない.
It's pretty cool that you can understand that whole sentence now, right? So building up all these little things is really gonna get you to like understand almost everything in the anime. So another episode from Thier and Resonance, Shibazaki is saying the suspects are nothing but kids. Listen for Shika.
ガキにしか見えないな。
So an episode from one of our favorite animes, Sword Art Online 2, Shinon is saying that they only have 10 minutes left to register for the tournament, and you can see how this would be negative because they're running out of time, so that's why she uses Shika instead of Dake.
しまった。あと10分しかない。
So not moving entirely away from verbs because there's a verb form that uses shika, and that is shikanai, which means there is nothing left but to do this. And it still has a bit of a negative feeling because it's like there's nothing left but to do this thing. But so let's take a look at some of the examples from Hunter x Hunter. In this first clip, one of the first bad guys they're about to fight is saying that his opponent has nothing left to do but die. Listen, and shinu means to die, so listen for shinu shikanai, which sounds really cool.
なぜなら俺の相手は死ぬしかないのだから。
So in this last clip, the group of 4 realizes they have to wait for a 5th person, so they're saying they have nothing left to do but wait. Matsu means to wait, so they're saying matsu shikanai.
待つしかないか。
So that's it for today. I hope it gave you something to listen out for on one of your favorite animes. Go back, and if you see a subtitle that says only or nothing but, go back and watch it again and see if you hear Shika or Dake. I hope you learned a lot today, and you'll probably start hearing this a lot in your favorite anime. I'll see you next time with some more verbs. Until then, gambatte! Ja ne!